I've always tried to live life like reading a book. It's like they always say, if you're reading a story, you don't turn the page back and reread the page that you've gone through. You turn the page and carry on the story. So it's pointless now to try not to live in what's happened. What I'm trying to go for is write my new story, what's happening now in the future. My mother and father divorced when I was 3 years of age. Most of the time, my mother was then having to work 2 jobs. As a teenager, I was taking care of my brothers and sisters for her. So from about 12 years of age, I was cooking meals, taking care of the house. I left school, within 2 days, I walked into a job. Literally, it was £2 an hour. And that was hell, working for literally £470 a month. When I finally left, the first night I stayed on my friend's sofa. And then following day I went straight down to housing auctions to see where I stand. They sent me down to a little business called Access Point, and that's where they put me into the Swansea Bay Hotel. But that's when they turned around and said, we've got a little charity that is there to help people with housing, and that's where they put me through to Nigel and Tony. And they've been fantastic throughout the time that they've been helping. Just the meeting up with Tony once every week or 2 weeks, just for someone to sit down and have a chat to, was a great help. And he's fantastic, Tony is. He listens very well, extremely understanding, and he's very good with his advice as well. Well, it's the fact that they're a volunteer makes a difference, because they choose to be there. It's something that they want to do. They get up in the morning and, well, they want to go out and help someone off the goodness of their heart. They're not going there because they're getting paid to, because they're having money stuck in their bank account. They are there because they physically want to, because they're a good person. Oh, it makes a massive difference. It's because you know that they're there and they're there for you and not for, basically the lifestyle. These days, it is extremely stressful. Being in the bed and breakfast without my kids, it was hard, but it was easier manageable knowing, the fact that they weren't allowed there. But since being in the flats, just waking up in the mornings is difficult, not because I'm used to being woken up with the children jumping on me. Yes, when you're in the city, when you've got the kids bouncing over you think, will this end, please, this is torture. But when you're no longer experiencing that, you miss those days. You miss the children bickering and arguing and fighting with each other. Just all these little things you take for granted that you miss. But another problem I was feeling, looking into going into a flat, was the fact that I was starting from scratch again, that all I had was my clothes, nothing else. Just even the finances of trying to find a sofa when you haven't got the money to is terrible. But with Citadel themselves, managed to buy me a brand new bed in to move into, a microwave so I at least had somewhere to cook my food until I had a delivery from the discretionary assistance fund, as well as the settee, which converts into a sofa bed, which would be a great help for when my children come over to stay. The public, they need to be more understanding about people's situations. Instead of, thinking of homeless and thinking of, people in bus shelters and all sorts. Like, from a few people I knew over the time I was in the B&B, when I'd say to them, I'm homeless, living in a bed and breakfast, their answer is, well, then you're not homeless then, are you? I said, but yet I am. I said, I haven't got anywhere to live. I said, I'm living in a bed and breakfast paid for by the government, so yes, I'm homeless. Just because I'm not sleeping in a sleeping bag under a bench or on the beach doesn't mean that, I'm not a homeless person. Sometimes, people do struggle to say, yes, I need help. People do find embarrassed, they feel defeated or feel a letdown just to say that they need help. But then when they got a supportive charity like Citadel offering the services, offering the help, it's almost like an olive branch. It's like they're feeling, well, I'm not asking for this help, the help's been, so they don't feel as a letdown. They feel more positive when accepting the help. Whereas sometimes when somebody's asking for the help, they feel a bit negative because they feel a letdown because they haven't to put themselves in that situation. I can think more positive of the future now because I know I have actually got a future.